Well, in music news and Level Medium, it is the 20th anniversary of Eminem's second studio album, the Marshall Mathers LP. Those who tried to paint Marshall Mathers as a culture vulture failed to understand that Eminem was a unicorn. Elliot Wilson said, "We never thought a white MC could be that skillful and a superstar." Now, the world doesn't even look at Mac Miller in the context of, oh, he's a white rapper. So, Chris, how do you think Eminem has changed the industry?
I feel like Eminem has changed the industry for the better. I remember
Mm-hmm.
when I first listened to the what was it it was the Slim Shady LP and then the
Mm-hmm.
Marshall Mathers LP. How it was at the same time when the boy bands were back, NSYNC, Backstreet
Yeah,
Boys, Britney Spears, everything was
that's
going
what
on.
I was yeah, years
and
ago.
and then and then on the charts on Total Request Live, right there, killing it on the charts was Eminem, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
I at first I thought like everybody else was thinking like, oh my god, I hope they don't treat this guy like he's going to be like Vanilla Ice, because he's obviously got way more talent than that. And this whole thing with what's going on with his mother, it's I don't it's unique. It's something about this guy. And then when that album came out 20 years ago, that I Am Whatever You Say I Am, the song Stan, with that hook, what was that, Dido who sung that hook, T's Gone Cold, I'm Wondering Why, all those songs from that album, and it changed the genre. And to this day, he's still out there working, and a lot of people can thank him for the way the world looks at a white rapper nowadays. Nowadays, you don't even think about it anymore. There's way more white rappers out there making a killing and dominating the charts than there ever probably would have been if it wasn't for what Eminem went through. And it's a great thing, because now it's like you don't even think about it. Now people can be themselves. They can there's more inclusion. People, because I'm gonna tell you right now, hip hop is one of the last things that's going to, as far as their stubbornness, and if I can talk about fans, as far as like, I will never want this type of a rapper or that type of a rapper representing, quote unquote hip hop. Hip hop is going to be one of the last genres where those fans will accept, a bunch of just different. I won't name the ones I'm thinking about, but just different types of artists and whatnot. But if it wasn't for what Eminem did, I don't think hip hop or rap genre, the fans would have been as inclusive as a lot of people are nowadays. Now there's all types of walks of life right now in that genre, and there's some people that are bashing on people for their differences and whatnot. But there's way more support, I feel, nowadays than there is, and he is one of the guys who helped contribute to it, which I feel is ironic, because he did a lot of bashing in his time. So it's kind of funny how that all worked out. What about you? Are you ever, or were you ever an Eminem fan? Are you currently listening to any of his new stuff or old stuff?
I mean, I was 20 years ago. I was a little young. I don't think I was allowed to listen to Eminem when I was a wean, but no, I have a lot of respect for him. Definitely interesting growing up, and like I wasn't a huge hip hop fan at that age, but like watching the face of that change, and yeah, now having Mac Miller and Macklemore and guys come in, and yeah, you're thinking it's definitely changed the face of that. And at the end of the day, I don't know a ton about rap. I'm not going to pretend I'm like an expert, but definitely one of those genres where it's like I don't know enough to maybe always be like, oh, this and that's happening, but it's like I hear shit and it's like, this is good. This is really good. So yeah, respect for him and
20 years ago,
respect.
I was 20 years old when that song came out. Mm. I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard it. I was in my car. Me and my friend Marcus Martel, we bought the CD. We
Mhm.
left the store. We put the CD in my car, and we played it, and we drove home. And there was, I think it was the first song where he said something like, "You probably think you probably think that I'm in the tape deck now. Shit, I'm in the back seat of your trunk with duct tape stretched out, and then me and him literally went. Like, as we played along, it was funny to us. So it was like, okay, weird. But yeah, that's where I was when I first heard that. I think it was the opening song. That was one of the lines in there. So yeah, you can tell I am a fan. I love Eminem. I love his whole career. And a little movie trivia here: Eminem was who was originally cast or planned to be cast for the movie Elysium that starred Matt Damon. You remember the movie Elysium, the sci-fi movie where he had like the robotic arm or something like that? It was like sitting out of space or something like that. It was the same guy who made District 9. I don't know if you remember that movie. Yeah. His follow-up was Elysium, but the studio fought him on that. Like, no, we don't want Eminem for this role, and they put Matt Damon in it as well. But it was supposed to be Eminem. So a little movie trivia. Is that what?
Can Matt Damon rap though? You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It doesn't.
Well, exactly right. But that was the thing. I think if I'm not mistaken, that director, he's a huge hip hop fan, so he always had some kind of hip hop influence. I think it was another movie that he did called Chappie with that robot that realized it was alive or something like that. Or became. I think the people that he befriended in that movie, they were like British rappers in real life. They're currently rapping to this day or something. So he loves his rap. the guy, I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name. I'm sure there's people going to watch this clip and go and tell me and remind me of the name of the guy who made those movies. But I remember the actors more than I remember the director. I'm sorry, but. Besides that, guys, let us know what you guys think about Eminem and his 20th anniversary for the Marshall Mathers LP. Are you an old guy, fuddy-duddy like me? Where were you when you first listened to that album, Stan, and all those hits like that? I Am, whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, why would I say I am? Put in the box below. Let us know what you guys think.
Yes, you have to just throw physics and everything out of the window, and you definitely have to turn the brain off. It's like what this guy said earlier. He said it's pretty much for like a Michael Bay movie, but a little bit better than a Michael Bay movie.
Shots fired.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reach over all this.